I wanted nothing but death, but I was dragged into a horror game. An axe-wielding ghost with half a head chased me. I sincerely said, "Your axe is really beautiful. Can I borrow it to do the job myself?" A long-haired ghost crawled out of a painting frame. I looked at her with admiration. "Your hair is so strong. Can you give it to me to use as a noose?" A woman in human skin peeled off her own hide in front of me. I clapped directly. "Your skinning technique is amazing. Can you skin me too?" The ghosts looked at each other in confusion. They all went to complain to the big bot. "He's not afraid of death at all. Maybe we should cure him first, then kill him." Later, the big bot came. He carefully held me tight with his tentacles. "Can this kind of hug warm you up? Please don't die, Oku." I had just stepped onto the 30th floor rooftop when I got a call from my agent, Xinjiao. "Fong Lin, I'm warning you. The people attending tonight are all powerful big shots. If you dare not come, just wait to pay a huge PE for breach of contract." I had heard this speech more than once. If I went, I would become a plaything for those big shots, used and discarded. I was already tired of living like this. Seeing my silence, Xinjiao threatened again. "Think clearly. Your photos are still in the company's hands. You don't want those photos to get out, do you?" I was about to die anyway. Why would I care about some photos? I used to have a dream of singing. I was afraid the photos would ruin my career. But now, none of that matters anymore. Let it be. I looked at the beautiful view from the 30th floor. I spread my arms and jumped, but there was no expected feeling of weightlessness. I just seemed to stumble a bit. Then I heard a cold, deep mechanical voice. "Welcome to the horror game instance. Forest-haunted mansion. Players must survive in this instance for 7 days to clear it. Current players, 8. Difficulty level, S rank. I wish you all a pleasant death." I couldn't help but open my eyes. The neon-lit city night scene was gone. In a forest filled with thick fog, a gloomy Chinese-style mansion gradually appeared. At the same time, agonizing screams came from behind me. S-rank difficulty. No one has ever survived this instance. This time, it's a bad omen. Where is this place? I was just studying in the school library. How did I suddenly end up here? We've all been pulled into a horror game. If we die here, we die in reality too. So I wasn't dead yet. How exhausting. Do I have to jump again? Don't be too scared. The ghosts in the game need to meet certain conditions to kill. If the conditions aren't met, the ghosts can't kill anyone. What conditions? Each instance has different conditions, but since this is an S-rank instance, it's probably easy to trigger the death conditions. Everyone, be careful. I want to die, but I still have to trigger conditions. It's not easy at all. That man only has half a head. Schoolgirl, as the words fell, the half-headed axe ghost grinned and swooped down. Screams erupted all around. The other players scattered like birds and beasts. Only I stood firm and unmoving. The axe ghost rushed in front of me. He raised his axe high, but he didn't bring it down. Why aren't you scared at all? Hello, axe brother. May I ask, when you chop me later, could you cut me in half at the waist? I lie singing. I don't want to damage my vocal cords. If I end up missing half my head, I'm afraid I won't be able to sing in the underworld. So I humbly request, I hope you can start from the waist. Oh no, this must have brought back painful memories for him. Losing half your head must hurt a lot. Does it still hurt now? It hurts a lot. Being cut in half hurts too. Aren't you afraid? Compared to the pain of being cut in half, I'm more afraid of living. You're not killing me because I haven't triggered the conditions, right? How about this? You tell me the conditions, and I'll follow them, to make it easier for you to finish me off quickly. Do you want to die that badly? Are the kill conditions your secret? If it's not convenient to tell, could you lend me your axe for a moment? What do you want to do? I want to do it myself, but I wonder if the kill would still count for you. Are you crazy? Is it that obvious? I do have some depression. To be precise, more than just some. Lately, my symptoms have been getting worse. I can barely control myself from heading towards self-destruction. I looked at the axe in his hand. The more I looked, the more tempted I felt. It was death's temptation for me. Without realizing it, I couldn't help but raise my hand toward his axe. But nothing happened. You haven't triggered the conditions. Neither I nor my tools can kill you. Go. If you truly want to die, you can try the other ghosts in the mansion. My heart sank. Sure enough, I'm useless. Even in a horror game, I'm pushed around by ghosts, unable to survive, and unable to die. Dragging my weary legs, I slowly walked into that Chinese-style mansion. From the forest to the courtyard, there was blood everywhere. It turned out that just now, 3 players had already been killed by ghosts. Was triggering the conditions really that easy? Why couldn't I do it? I dragged my heavy steps into the main hall. The remaining 4 players looked at me in surprise. You're still alive? I'm still alive. What a sad fact. Even the table in the main hall, laden with a feast, couldn't arouse my appetite. Food in the game is sometimes poisoned. To avoid risk, each of us picks 1 dish and takes a bite. That way, we can at least confirm 3 dishes are safe. Being poisoned to death would be a nigh way to go. Don't follow me. I sat down, picked up my chopsticks, and directly tasted every dish on the table. The others watched, dumbfounded. Time passed. After I ate and drank my fill, nothing happened. Only then did the others sit down to eat. They wolfed down their food and put down their bowls. Suddenly, the crew cut guy came up and asked, "How did you know the food wasn't poisoned? You seem pretty capable. How about we team up?" His hand was heavy. He almost clamped down on my shoulder. For a moment, I couldn't breathe. It was like returning to those nights of humiliation and trampling. My chest tightened, and I couldn't make a sound. It felt like a knife was moving back and forth in my throat. A nauseating, churning feeling. Finally, I couldn't hold it in anymore. I threw up everything I had just eaten all over him. Disgusting. "Sorry," the crew cut guy yelled, jumping up. His eyes looked at me with disgust. I should have been used to that kind of look by now, but it still hurt. The crew cut guy cursed as he got up, intending to clean his clothes. But suddenly, he found he couldn't move. Not just him, everyone present was the same. Hair. We're tangled in hair. On the dining room's painting was a long-haired woman. At some point, the long-haired woman's hair had spread out of the frame, as if alive. It crawled along the bottom of the table, wrapping around our legs, and the long-haired woman in the white dress was climbing out of the frame step by step. The others screamed in terror, but it seemed the more they screamed, the tighter the long-haired ghost's hair wrapped around them. Was the trigger condition screaming? So I screamed too, but my voice was weak and dry. It lacked any force. After just a few screams, the long-haired ghost couldn't help but turn and glare at me. Why are you screaming along with them? Your fear level is 0. If you don't feel it, don't scream. Did it sound that bad to you? Sorry. I'm just really envious of you. Your hair is so nice. It's so resilient. It would be perfect for a noose. The hair I use to kill people. You're not scared of it. And you want to use it as a noose? Or you could just strangle me to death. I already threw up earlier. No matter how tight you wrap, I won't throw up again. Don't worry. I definitely won't dirty your hair. The long-haired ghost was speechless. She sat up, pushed her hair aside, and looked me up and down. She seemed to want to see what kind of weirdo she was talking to. I then noticed she had such a delicate face. You're really beautiful. Really? My husband used to say I wasn't pretty. He told me to cover my face with my hair. How could he? You're the most beautiful ghost I've ever seen. I made this table of food too. Did you like it? It was delicious. Coming home to warm, delicious food on the table. I've never felt that before. I'm an orphan. My parents died in a car accident when I was young. I'm used to living alone. When I face difficulties, I have no one to talk to, and I can't fight back. I'm a very cowardly person. I try to escape my troubles. I know it's wrong, but I can't find a reason to lie. No one loves me, and I have no one to love. In my life, I've hardly ever felt warm. But in this horror game, coming home, the hot meal made me feel a sense of belonging. Thank you for the food. The regrets I couldn't make up for in the human world, I've fulfilled them here. So now, can you give me your hair? To use as a noose? No, someone lie you. My hair can't kill you. It was the same as what the axe ghost said. Someone lie me, what kind of person is that? The endless insults and curses I'd received told me that I was a dirty, filthy, shameless woman. Maybe that's true. Someone as dirty as me should just end it myself. Better not to dirty their hands. I stopped talking and left in silence. Since I couldn't rely on the horror game's ghosts to die, I decided to do it myself. The mansion had many rooms. Each of us chose one as our lodging. I filled the wooden bathtub with warm water, and I took a fork from the dining table. A fork isn't as sharp as a blade, but it would do. I sat in the tub. I planned to try using the fork. Suddenly, a woman emerged from the water. She was an extremely beautiful woman, seductive, enchanting, and full of charm. Before I could react, I saw her grab her own skull with her bare hands. Peeling an orange, she peeled off her entire skin completely, revealing the skull underneath. I was stunned. If I had that skill, I wouldn't need a fork. I could just do it with my hands. Your skinning technique is amazing. It doesn't look very painful either. Can you skin me too? You're really not scared at all? Why does every ghost ask me why I'm not afraid? Humans are the most dangerous things. I was about to speak when the cold mechanical voice sounded in my ear again. Current players, 2. Only 2 left? What am I doing wrong? Don't look at me like that. I can't kill you either. Why? The big bot is coming. A thick black mist, carrying immense pressure, approached. Countless tentacles danced in the air. One of the tentacles was carrying a person. It was that crew cut guy. The crew cut guy's eyes widened in terror. The next moment, the big bot crushed him with his hand. The cold mechanical voice announced again, current players, 1. Why did the one who wanted to die the most survive? This time, the efficiency is too low. With so few people, we haven't finished killing them yet. I looked up at the big bot of the horror game. Handsome brows, a high nose, ice blue eyes, a face with sharp, cold features. Except for the countless tentacles on him, he could truly be called a handsome man. I really can't kill this one. The other ghosts have tried too. None of them could make him trigger the conditions. Is that so? The big bot leaned down. His ice blue eyes stared at me, as if assessing my worth. Hello. Are you there, bot? Could you please gather all the ghosts? To see if any of them can kill me? Are you insulting me? On the contrary, I admire you all very much. Every one of you here is a ghostly genius. You speak so well. Each of you has your own specialty. I believe among you, there must be one who can kill me. Are you really not scared at all? I am a little scared, actually. I see your mansion is very grand. If I die here, would it affect your property value? If you're worried about the property value, I can die in the forest. I won't cause you any trouble. Is that okay? You're talking about property value in a horror game? So many people die in this mansion every day. What's one more? Huh? That's good then. You can choose any place to kill me. I'll cooperate. The big bot took a deep breath, as if he had finally had enough. He suddenly spread all his tentacles. Instantly, a strong gust of air hit my face. It seemed to want to flatten my features, but I was very calm. The big bot was making his move. I could finally die. I even felt countless tentacles wrap around my body. Maybe the big bot was going to crush me like he did the crew cut guy. Crush me in one hand. That would be best. My dirty body doesn't deserve to stay in this world. I closed my eyes, ready to say goodbye, but the gust of air grew weaker and weaker, until it finally calmed down. I opened my eyes in confusion. I met the big bot's furious face. I told you. This woman is really strange. We can't kill her. I looked out the window. At some point, the axe ghost, the long-haired ghost, and a bunch of other ghosts had all arrived. Outside the window, a dark mass floated. A group of ghosts were all watching the show. The big bot's ice blue eyes glanced at the branches. His tentacles directly tore through the wall, exposing the peeping ghosts. What are you standing around for? All of you, get over here. The other ghosts trembled in fear. One by one, they came over with their heads down. The big bot spoke like a leader giving a speech. What do we do now? If we can't kill all the players, we won't get our bonus. Then I'll have to eat the wind. Should I leave? It doesn't matter whether you leave or not. We're at this point now. I might as well tell you directly. In this instance, the condition for ghosts to kill players is that the player's fear level reaches 30 or above. But your fear level stays steadily at 0. The only time it changed was when you were worried you wouldn't die. Someone lie you, just keep living. Who could outlive you? No wonder the other players, the more scared they were of ghosts, the faster they died. Let me try to see if I can scare myself a little. I widened my eyes and took deep breaths. I stepped back in panic. I put on a scared face. Fear level can't be faked. Acting won't help. Then what else can I do to help? I have an idea. He said his fear level isn't up to standard. Ultimately, it's because he wants to die. Since that's the case, why don't we cure him first? Make him not want to die. And once a person fears death, their fear level will naturally rise. Then, when we kill him, won't it be easy? That makes some sense. So the question is, how can beings as ugly, deformed, cold, and covered in tentacles as us possibly have the ability to cure a human? The ghosts fell silent. In the quiet, I spoke softly. I think there's a problem with that statement. Appearance has nothing to do with the ability to heal others. Besides, ghosts have their own aesthetic, and humans have theirs. Maybe in other people's eyes, you are terrifying. But in my eyes, you are much better than most humans I've encountered. I fear the warm body temperature of humans, but every time I touch you, it's a refreshing sensation. It makes me feel safe. Others fear your coldness. But for me, it's the safest thing. After I finished speaking, the room full of ghosts was silent for a long time. Many ghosts had suspicious blushes on their faces, as if moved and excited. When they looked at me, their eyes shimmered with a soft light. How strange. I actually saw softness in the eyes of ghosts. The big bot was also stunned. Although he tried hard to control himself, I could see he couldn't help but shake at me. His tentacles, like a dog wagging its tail. You're an interesting woman. I don't want you to die so quickly anymore. Let me see why he wants to die so badly. Before I could react, I felt a dizzying spin and passed out. I seemed to have a long dream. In the dream, I was back in high school. Xinjiao and I were in the bathroom. She looked very angry. Stay away from Brother G. Don't always hang around him. You know he's the one I have my eye on. I didn't. I'm just. But he wouldn't listen. All of this was because his crush, Ji Buxiao, heard me sing at the school party. He praised me in front of Xinjiao. This girl is pretty. And she sings well. If she became a singer, she'd definitely be a hit. Xinjiao couldn't stand Ji Buxiao having eyes for anyone else, especially someone as helpless and lowly as me. From then on, she held a grudge against me. She gathered her clique and targeted me. She harassed me. The malice came at me like a tidal wave. All because of a single compliment from Ji Buxiao. But what did I do wrong? Later, I understood. Xinjiao wasn't really afraid I'd steal Ji Buxiao. From the beginning, she thought I wasn't worthy. She just needed a target to vent her anger. And I, being helpless, happened to be in her crosshairs. I endured. I crawled. I finally made it through to the college entrance exam and left far away. I got into my dream Myodike school. And in my senior year, I received an olive branch from an entertainment company. They said they liked my image and voice. They wanted to sign me as their singer. They promised to help me release an album, maybe even give me a concert in the future. Having a concert was my lifelong dream. I was tempted. Back then, I thought my life was about to start a new chapter. Until I signed the contract and went to the company to meet my agent. I pushed open the office door. I saw Xinjiao's face, like a nightmare. She smiled brightly, with a warm, spring-like expression. Feng Li, long time no see. Without you by my side, I always felt like something was missing. But luckily, from now on, we can be together often. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. My dad is the chairman of this entertainment company, and I am your future agent. I trembled all over. The painful memories came flooding back again. But Xinjiao apologized to me, saying she had wronged me in the past. From now on, she would make it up to me, help me realize my dreams. Can a bully truly repent? After that, Xinjiao did treat me well for a while. She stopped hitting and scolding me at every turn. She even rented an apartment for me near the company. To make it easier for me to record songs, I let my guard down a little. But soon I found myself often falling into unexplained deep sleeps. When I woke up, the pain in my lower body was excruciating, even accompanied by a tearing sensation. I guessed what happened and went to confront her. Xinjiao was caught by me. She couldn't be bothered to pretend anymore. Smiling, she took out a stack of photos. Feng Li, you really do have a great figure. No wonder Ji Buxiao was so captivated by you back then. Look at these poses, how seductive. You're still the same as in high school, a shameless little person. I want to terminate the contract, now, with the huge PE fee clearly written in black and white. Can you afford it? I fell silent. When I signed the contract back then, I was so grateful for the opportunity. I never noticed these huge traps. If you can't afford it, just do as I say. Otherwise, if these photos get out, Your lifelong Isekai'd dream will be completely destroyed. In the bathroom, I scrubbed my body over and over. No matter how much I washed, I couldn't get clean. No matter what, I felt filthy. And the Isekai'd dream that had been supporting me was ultimately defeated by reality. I recorded and released several singles, but all these songs vanished without a trace, drowned in the vastness of the internet. Xinjiao said it was all because I lacked talent. If it weren't for her cherishing our old school friendship, someone like me would never have been signed by any company. Hearing such words so often, even I began to doubt myself. Why doesn't anyone listen to my songs? Am I really that terrible? I don't know when it started, but I felt life had no meaning. Perhaps only death could be the release from all this. I closed my eyes and jumped from the 30th floor. A strong sense of weightlessness jolted me awake. When I opened my eyes, a circle of ghosts surrounded my bed, all with red-rimmed eyes, looking at me as if they wanted to speak but couldn't. I could actually read concern in those ghostly eyes. Fong Li, I'm sorry. I read your memories without permission. A red-bodied, blue-winged ghost apologized to me. He said his name was Memory Thief Ghost, able to steal the deepest memories from humans and transmit them to other ghosts. It seemed all the ghosts present already knew why I wanted to die. I couldn't help but shrink back. I'm sorry. I'm so dirty, aren't I? How could you be? The dirty one is Xinjiao. And those disgusting men. Hey, bot, you need to stand up for him. I turned around and realized at some point, the big bot had actually disappeared, without a trace. I lowered my head. That uncontrollable sense of inferiority washed over me again. It's because you're too dirty. People can't even stand to look at you. Once others find out about the things you've done, who would truly want to get close to you? These words, repeatedly drilled into my mind, echoed again. But the concerned looks from the ghosts before me pushed those words away one by one. Maybe you want a hug? Many ghosts came forward to hug me one by one. Some, with strange appearances, were afraid of scaring me, and timidly hid in the back. I hugged them too. Their cold body temperature was the warmest place of all. Thank you for making me, in this lifeless world, feel pure kindness for the first time, without any strings attached. Suddenly, a fierce wind with thick black fog rushed in violently. It was the big bot returning. He stretched out countless dark tentacles, his icy blue eyes filled with killing intent. The black fog dissipated. Only then did I see people hanging from his tentacles. There were several familiar-looking men, and one woman I hated to the bone. Xinjiao. Didn't keep you waiting long, did I? When the big bot turned to look at me, the killing intent in his eyes faded, and was tinged with a bit of tenderness. I was at a loss, flustered by this tenderness. You went to catch them just now? Yeah, took a bit of time. But it wasn't too much trouble. Those chosen to enter the S-rank horror game instance are usually the most heinous criminals. But you're an exception. Because your entry slot was forcibly transferred to you by someone else. That can be done? Entering an S-rank instance, 9 times out of 10, you'll die. People who know in advance they might enter the game use some shady tricks to transfer the slot, making someone else die in their place. So my slot was transferred to me by Xinjiao. That's right. But she doesn't know. Even with a transferred slot, as the big bot, I can still drag any villain into the game at any time. Little Lee, if I take care of these people for you, will you feel a little better? That would be good. Just then, the terrified Xinjiao and the big shots came to their senses. The big shots who once ruled the roost, now wrapped in tentacles, still couldn't stop their noise. What are you things? Do you know who I am? Let me go, or else. Let me go. The big bot reached out and twisted. The big shot's body exploded like fireworks. Then, cluster after cluster of red fireworks burst open. Each cluster was a man who had once bullied me. Xinjiao was trembling all over with fear. The big bot saved her for last. Wrong. You've got the wrong person. I shouldn't be the one in this horror game. Fong Li, you tell them. They should be after you. Anyway, you're so dirty. Living has no meaning for you. You might as well die in my place. I looked at him coldly. At this moment, Xinjiao's fear level wasn't just 30. I'd say it was probably 300. Tell me honestly, where are the photos and the contract? They're in the safe in my office. The Pat Gut? 573-942-1680. You dare lie to me? I'm telling the truth. I swear, the pat good is real, but it's in my phone, and in the locked bottom drawer of my office. And there are 2 backup drawers. The key is hidden in the Immortal's flower pot. That's all of it. I'm really telling the truth. So can you let me go now? I'm the young lady of Shun's entertainment company. I can't die. If you're going to kill someone, kill him. Fong Li's life is worthless. No one would care if he died. It's true, no one cares. But he has ghostly connections, Limey. And now, let the person you call worthless decide your fate. I just want to ask you one thing. All the singles I recorded vanished without a trace. Was it really because my songs were bad, or did the company sabotage me behind my back? Miss G. Think carefully before you answer. The company restricted the distribution of all those singles. Not a single cent was spent on marketing. When I said I'd invested a lot in marketing, that was all a lie. So it wasn't that I wasn't good enough. I wasn't that terrible after all. So, can you let me go now? I turned my head and said nothing. The big bot understood. He twisted his tentacle. The last blood-red firework bloomed, extraordinarily brilliant, grand, and satisfying. The departure of Shinjiao and those men was lie in endless darkness, being torn open by a crack. Light shone in. The fear and pain that had hung over me, lingering for so long, seemed to dissolve amidst those blood-red fireworks. The demon that had dragged me into the abyss was finally gone. Thank you. Just a thank you is enough? Then what do you think would be good? How about singing us a song? Ah, one song isn't enough. Why don't we throw you a concert? A concert, a dream I had cherished for so long. If it weren't for this dream, I probably would have given up much sooner. I've never even been on a real stage. Can I really do this? Haha. Little Lee, if we say you can do it, then you can do it. Holding a concert in a horror game. I think I'm the first. The ghosts actively helped me promote and build hype through various ghostly internet social media platforms. They spread the news of the concert. They built a huge stage for me in the forest. They didn't set up too many seats, because most of the audience could float and watch. There hadn't been such entertainment in the horror game for a long time. Ghosts from other instances heard the news and came flocking. The atmosphere in the forest was as lively as a festival. Just before the show started, I was still a bit nervous. Can I really do this? I've never sung in front of so many people before. I barely even had any real fans before. Don't put pressure on yourself. All the ghosts here are dead. There won't be a single live fan. When I said live fans, I meant, haha, I know, little Lee. Even though we're not your live fans, we can be your active fans. I was amused by him and miraculously calmed down. On the 7th day of entering the horror game, the concert began. Tens of thousands of ghosts surrounded the stage, standing, sitting, hanging, floating, doing handstands, filling the forest completely. When I appeared, a thunderous roar of screams erupted all around. This was the first time so many people wanted to hear me sing. The heart I thought would never be stirred again was now pounding wildly with excitement. This was the stage I had always dreamed of. A makeshift ghost band accompanied me. Light in the Darkness. This was my first single, and also my favorite. For other players in the horror game, these ghosts might be the darkness itself, but for me, they were the ones who saved me from the darkness. Light, tearing through the suffocating, airtight night, illuminating my life. The moment I opened my mouth to sing, the once noisy forest fell instantly silent. The ghosts had an incredible sense of atmosphere. Following the melody of the Myo Dike, they waved glow sticks in the air. The entire forest turned into a forest of fireflies for me and the ghosts. This was a fan support I had never seen before. The forest in the horror game had never been so lively, so brilliant. As the song ended, the ghosts below the stage screamed my name. The happiness and satisfaction at that moment were indescribable. Ah you. Fong you. Fong you. We all lop you. My nose stung. The heart that had been suppressed for so long finally felt bright. So I could be loved like this too. So I was worthy of such happiness too. I had never felt the value and meaning of being alive as I did at this moment. I looked up, gazing at this forest of fireflies that belonged to me. The light was shining down on me. I could shine brilliantly too. The first concert of my life ended perfectly. And this day was also the last day of the Forest Ghost House instance. Little Lee, do you still want to die now? No. In this lifeless, terrifying world, I felt a vitality I had never known before. Big Bot, you did it. You healed me. Now, I really want to keep living. I guess, being so afraid of death. My fear level must be pretty high. You could easily kill me. Do you really think we healed you just to kill you? Little Lee, you need to lie well. We worked so hard to save you. You have to sing more good songs. To make it worth our while. If I sing, can you hear it in the horror game? Of course, we can. We'll hack from the ghostly internet to the human internet. We'll always be watching you. When you get back, destroy the contract and photos immediately. Once you do that, you'll be free. But I still want to stay here more. I want to be with you all. Compared to being alone in the human world, I'd rather be with my family. Don't be afraid. When you return to the human world, you won't be lonely. We can hack over to vote for your charts, cheer you on. Don't worry, we're bored in the game all day. We'll support you whenever we have nothing to do. Your voice is so good. Without others sabotaging you, you'll definitely gain a lot of fans. In the future, many people will lop you. And of course, many ghosts too. I hugged her. Her cold tentacles wrapped tightly around me. So safe, so warm. Countless other ghosts stood behind him. They waved goodbye to me. Feng Li, release more new songs. We'll hack over to watch you. Don't forget, we're your first dead fans. We'll send messages to our families in their dreams. Tell them to buy your albums. Vote for you and build your hype. Just move forward boldly. Leave the rest to us. I waved goodbye to them, tears streaming down my face. I really didn't want to leave this dark yet brilliantly bright forest. The warm eyes of the ghosts were the light that illuminated this forest. Running away is easy. They gave me the courage to keep moving forward. I won't be afraid anymore. The moment midnight arrived, the scene before me shifted. No longer the radiant forest of fireflies, but the silent, cold rooftop. But unlike 7 days ago, now I was no longer alone. I left the rooftop, went to the Shen's entertainment office downstairs, destroyed all the contracts and photos. Everything that had bound me in the past was gone. I will walk my own brilliant starry path in the future, and I know they will always be with me. A cold yet warm wind blew past my ear, as if saying, don't be afraid. Let's meet again in the next forest of fireflies.